Hello everyone, Ronan back, and we are diving into what is the series finale of Ghost in the Shell. This is actually kind of a big deal for me. Actually, I can't even believe I'm finally here. Believe it or not, I started doing this reaction series. This is my first reaction series, technically. It's not the first to end, but it's the first one I've started. And this started, I believe, back in April of last year. So, and we're at the time of this recording, it's still March, but by the time it does come out, it'll be April. So I've basically been watching this for a year solid, and it's crazy. I've never watched a show one episode at a time, once a week kind of thing, for a whole year. That's a pretty crazy idea. Had I thought of it that way to begin with, I don't think I would have done this, if I'm being honest, because it sounds like a huge undertaking and I can't believe I'm here. So, but we're in the final stretch here. We're about to check out the finale. Nukes are about to go down, and we gotta stop it. Basically, we gotta stop Goda. Everyone, if you want, feel free to jump on my Patreon. We're up to 3 weeks ahead on YouTube. Up to 3 weeks ahead versus YouTube, rather. And I do have a Discord server. Feel free to jump on that and chat it up with everybody with like minds. We're just going to go ahead and jump on in. Oh yeah, and Dejima's getting blasted right now. This is like insane, and it's a little too real for what's happening right now in the world.
Tachikoma, quickly gather up all the free area you can find within cyberspace. Secure enough room for me to upload the memories and ghosts of 3 million people.
What?
Crazy.
Once they're ready, let's get started.
Thanks for your help. Refugees with family members like that will have difficulty accepting this decision, I know.
It's so cool that they're seeing eye to eye. They obviously have different positions in the situation, but they kind of have no choice.
Do you believe that the refugees' ghosts will be preserved simply by uploading their memories to the net?
Point memories are a vital component, all right. However, without a ghost, memories are nothing more than data.
Yeah, we've approached this thought before, and I thought we basically came to the conclusion that you need more than just memories to replicate a whole person, or expect that person to end up being like the original if you just copy their memories.
No use. I'm not getting any response at all from them.
The hotline is fully active and functioning properly.
I knew I was only a face for the billboard to win the general election after the last cabinet broke up. But I didn't do anything to deserve this sort of treatment. I'll put an end to this situation my own way.
I have no idea who she's calling.
This makes eight! Calculations like this are our specialty. The satellite. Isn't it the one that our AI is kept on?
So they're sacrificing themselves, basically, if they go through with it.
Yeah, what is it?
There's something important I gotta do. I have to go somewhere with the rest.
Look after the Major and the others, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Tachikomas are like MVP for sure. They were extremely handy to have, especially since the team had like embraced them.
Where are you?
Jeez.
Kuze,
Yes?
do you know how to fold origami cranes?
Cranes?
That's right. And only using your left hand?
It sounds like you've endured your fair share of loneliness, too. I never asked, but who are you? What's your name?
Don't recall.
This song is so good too.
Do you have someone who you can open yourself up to?
I suppose I do.
I'm always on Team Bato. Don't get me wrong, but a part of me
Time.
really wants this to happen.
Per essere sempre di più. Io non posso 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 più.
Nice. There goes old fuckface. Oh, and they shot the nuke anyway. You bastards. Man, must be feeling really sentimental right now. Yeah, because they must be feeling like they're about to meet their maker, basically, or at least say goodbye to the way they live life forever, I guess. I guess that would be technically a better way to say it. I'm assuming they're using the original voiceovers for this. Tachikoma is sacrificing himself all over again.
It appears that some members of my team sacrificed themselves to stop the nuclear missile.
The missile was intercepted. Either way, we're going to use Kayabuki's actions to establish a Cold War framework.
This piece of shit. Yep, we avoided a catastrophe.
What happened?
I can't explain why, but it looks like my AIs did something other than what I ordered them to.
Major, you okay in there? The Tachikoma's...
Your actions in the current situation amount to a coup d'etat and mass murder under the guise of war.
You turned out to be even more of a typical weak woman than I expected you to be.
Fuck this guy.
I like to think that I have acted in accordance with that ideal ever since I took office, just as it always has.
From Japan?
I intend to maintain an equal distance from the American Empire, the Ameri-Soviet Union, and China, as well as Asia and the nations of the EU.
Damn.
All right, Japan's made its intentions clear. We're pulling out.
You can take them away now.
That's a get the fuck out of here before we do something kind of move.
That's mine. I'll take it if you don't mind.
Yeah, poor Major. So that thing that Kuze they have on him, I guess it just keeps him chill, I guess, or maybe he can't access the net or anything. I don't know what the full capabilities of that device do.
Ishikawa of Section 9, I take it. I came here to take that off your hands.
Don't screw with us, punk.
Ishikawa. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
In its mind, this country has always considered itself a capitalist state. But in reality, it's a virtual paragon of socialism.
Yeah, we got one last thing to take care of with this guy. What do we got?
I have a note here from the Prime Minister. It's written here that she holds your abilities in the highest regard. She also says that if it's necessary, we shouldn't hesitate to use lethal force.
We'll fucking kill you.
The old man's just bluffing. Let's go.
Well, you're dead wrong.
Oh my god. Yes.
How long have you people had a hand in this? From the very beginning?
Kuze!
Hurry! We can't let them eliminate him.
Oh, they're going for Kuze too? God damn it.
My, these micro machines are rather effective, aren't they? You'll have a painless death. Your country has no need of charismatic leaders that can't be controlled.
What a way to go out.
Ahead.
Oh. He's going onto the net, right? Yes. Kuze lives on. Poor Major, though. But I'm glad we at least were able to have a moment with them two together. And
The supplementary budget you requested was passed in its entirety.
Fuchikoma, information.
Yes, sir.
Fujikoma?
All it's done is return the refugee issue right back to square one.
Those are some pretty dope tanks, though.
Right. I'm calling off our round-the-clock cherry blossom op. We're back on the job, so saddle up.
I should have had a drink to warm myself up.
It Sure is nice to have our major back.
Man, I wish we would have gotten another season so we can hang out with these Fujikomas, because those tanks look badass. So it's a badass song too. And there they go. This is it. This is where we say goodbye. And that's it. Man, I'm starting to find, at least so far, that with the shows that I've been doing lately, ones that have kind of a definitive end, I feel like I get more sentimental about it with these reactions, because I spend a lot more time with the show rather than just kind of like binge watching it within like a couple days or something. And so I end up spending a lot more time with the characters and being able to take a moment to reflect on what I just saw rather than just kind of keep blowing through the episodes and whatnot. So it was that way for Wolf's Rain, for Violet Evergarden, and now this one was different though, because this was kind of a rewatch. I just hadn't seen it for years, and it was just cool to be able to just suspend my memory. Even if I did kind of remember something, I was still able to kind of suspend it so that I could take things in as they were coming rather than just me remembering something. With the exception of a few episodes, because there was a few episodes that I remember because I loved them that much. So, but there were still aspects of those episodes that I didn't remember completely. Like maybe there's some political side of it that I didn't quite wrap my head around. I think that if anything for me, the political stuff is the hardest to wrap my head around in terms of like understanding all the nuances of it and who exactly is who and why they're doing it and things like that. I probably still didn't wrap my head around it this time, and that's just Ghost in the Shell for you. But when it came down to the character development and talking about some philosophical things about existence and, you know, what makes humans human, and like, you know, the question of, can you just literally copy someone's memories, throw it into an android or a cyborg, and then expect it to be the same person? You know, which I think for the most part we were leaning towards no, because there's kind of that human element that interacts with those memories, and then that's kind of what makes the person. So, and maybe the same could be said for, like, let's say for example, if me and someone else were to experience something and learn a lesson from it, do we both learn the same lesson? Do I take it more to heart and then use that in my life from here on out, versus the other person who might learn that lesson and might have to learn that lesson a few more times throughout their lifetime? You know, I've had to do that. So I think, yeah, there's more to it than just memories. So yeah, it's been a crazy journey. It's finally done. So as you can imagine, I'll be diverting away from the Ghost in the Shell world after this show, at least for a while, you know, unless someone goes to my Patreon and specifically requests like a movie or something like that from Ghost in the Shell. So I know I've gotten that request before, but I'm interested in checking out other avenues for the moment. So we're still figuring out through the voting process, which at the time of this recording is going to end tomorrow. But we're going to end up seeing what's going to be taking over our Saturday slot, and that'll be decided by my patrons there. I was just really happy that we got some closure between the Major and Kuze. I knew we couldn't like fully go through with it. It's not like they can fall back in love again and, you know, do that whole thing, because they've essentially become different people since then. But there was just still that kind of that small spark that if they just lived different lives, or they were able to spend time with each other, they could have grown up together and actually do fall in love. And but but she's got Bato now, so it's kind of that kind of thing. And it's just cool that Kuze just ended up being kind of like a good guy, basically. So, but yeah, that was one thing I wanted to kind of make sure I addressed. And you know, this show is what was near and dear to me back in, you know, the early 2000s, and I was just surprised that no one had been doing much in terms of reactions for the show, and that's kind of why I did it in the first place. So, but yeah, just excited to see what we do next, and this show will always have like that special place in my heart, and I hope we get future Ghost in the Shell projects, which I think we are. It's just, you know, hopefully in the same vein as something like this, because I've heard it's not quite as good as this, or, you know, some other iterations of like the movies and stuff like that. But yeah, always excited to check out, you know, what else this world has to offer. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this super long journey. I'm sure some of you checked out and came back and binge watched a number of episodes, as far as I've noticed. Thank you so much for joining me on this. This was my first reaction series, and we are finally done. Can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you next time.